yesterday.
Oh.
And she can't see. So she's just here to listen. And that's what those signs said. She's got sunglasses on for protection, make sure the eyes are safe, and just listening to the broadcast the studio.
Which team was you a fan of?
I actually don't know.
Honestly,
I think it was KT, but
if
I'm
she
not
was
sure.
a KT fan, maybe she should have scheduled that before the T1 series. Because honestly, that'd be stressful, right? If you were watching that series, you could see, you could just hear it.
Maybe you hear the casters talking about how it's a done deal, and then you're like, oh, okay, I don't have to watch this. Or listen to it.
You couldn't watch it anyway. You'd just be like...
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just turn it off and listen to some nice, relaxing music instead.
Okay.
It was a KT... Well, it was a person in the KT fan area. So...
Yeah. Yeah. Wishing them the best.
Listen. Renekton.
Yeah, so some of the standard bans, right? The Malphite, Jace, Rumble, Nico, some of our most bans, but not seeing the opt-in to the Azir Orianna trade-off at this point. So, Ro, thinking heavily about what they're going to do with this final ban. And they are going to ban Ambessa with the Renekton taken away. Feeling like it gives too much power to that. Now, does BDD just slam the Azir?
Yes.
Yes, he does. Now, on the side of Ro, they can look to, if there's an AD carry they want to prioritize, like Varus. If there's a jungle they want to prioritize, they can snap those up right now.
Or a Kali.
Yeah, they can look to prioritize. They could leave mid until 3. And just look to snap up jungle and AD carry now. A lot of teams have been taking Varus very early.
You can also play Orianna. Pantheon available.
Go Talia Pantheon. And if you don't want to go Orianna, Talia's been doing horribly in terms of win rate in the LCK.
She's just not good right now.
Really bad.
I don't think
feels like
it should be as high prio.
Just isn't doing damage. But a lot of teams like her into Azir, and she does sync well with Pantheon. So they could pick her. But Orianna Pantheon, probably a better bet. So
yeah,
they will go that. Didn't opt to prioritize an AD carry in that situation, though. So now over to KT.
Oh, boy. So they're going to get a Azir Varus.
Do we get Cuz's J4?
Probably a jungle.
J4?
Xin Zhao?
No, Xin Zhao instead. Which, we felt like the Xin Zhao was going to be a bit lower priority, had been toned down. No, they're still playing it. They still love it. Can't get enough. And not actually going for an AD carry pick, it seems. Going for the Cassante for Perfect. And then over to Bro. Do you pick up an AD carry here and prioritize that? Or are you just going to pick a top laner for casting and just match? If it's Sion Cassante, okay, you can just do that.
Or you could play top Varus, the new solo queue hotness.
Legally allowed to. Or you could go Gwen. That's a lot more interesting. Casting saying, hey, you want to pick a tank into me? I will pick something that can actually just scale up and be a menace. And that's what he does. So pretty cool. And now both teams haven't picked that top side. Going to the second rotation. The Varus was obviously something that didn't get a massive look in. I do feel like, obviously, Bro has a ton of damage, a ton of AP damage as well. I think Varus could fit with that comp quite well, especially into the Azir, who does suffer a bit into that long-range poke. They're going to open up with some support bans. The Alice are taken away. On the side of T1... KT.
Telecom.
They are both, yeah, it's been a long day. They are going to ban the Varus, which I think makes sense.
It's only been 3 games. I mean, we could have 3 more.
That second game. It's the second game.
Second game really,
it does it,
That was like as much as 3 games.
Yeah. It really just, it did things.
I guess Amy really didn't want to play Varus. I feel like priority-wise, it should have been picked in the top 3, but they just don't pick it and then ban it. So
I think the Yunara ban, pretty good, especially when you have a tank top. And especially because we talk about Yunara being something that's often picked game 2, when a lot of the point-and-click CC is being taken away, like the Vi, but Vi hasn't been picked. So Which is also interesting. Vi just didn't really get a look in. Nocturne taken away. So actually, they were suspecting it might be a Pantheon support flex, and then they go Ori Nocturne. So actually a pretty cool read there by KT on what could be a possibility. Looking at the Corki to come in here.
Then you have Pantheon support. I feel like they could have just let it happen. But
I mean, yeah,
sure.
but they could catch them off guard, you know, if they end up going to a mobile. Are they just going to slam Calista Renata? Or Lucian is a Braum or Nami?
Or Melio.
It's Lucian Braum. Okay. Rakan, I think, is pretty safe. Good matchup into the Braum. And that's a pretty fine lane. I think, bro, pretty happy with this draft so far. You know, you have really good scaling here. Multiple damage threats. Good engage. You have the Shockwave as well. Whereas inside of KT, you know, the Azir is obviously a reliable longer range damage threat, but you have this Lucian who's very short range. I think the main selling point of this KT composition is the skirmishing power of Xin Zhao, Lucian, Braum. That is very strong. And just in general, you have a lot of auto attackers with Braum, so those early skirmishes, that's what Bro needs to not fall prey to. If they opt into early skirmishes, that's where they can just lose the whole game. Like, if I see them fighting in the river level 4, I'm going to pull my hair out. But if they manage to navigate that and just not opt into those, I think that late game is pretty crazy strong. So if they just get to the late stages of the game, this game is pretty just chill. And if we're being honest as well, lots of games have had a slower pace. They've kind of just meandered a good amount.
Yeah.
Comes to dragon stacking, Baron's hard to push the pace of the game. So just don't make a big mistake, and your composition is very stable later on. So we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. You know, also we've seen the Pantheon Orianna be super potent. You have the Rakan to back it up. I like the Bro composition. Just please do not try to fight them level 4 in the river.
Okay.
I beg.
Specifically level 4 in the river. If it's level 5, it's okay. BRION up against KT Rolster, game 1 right now. Off we go on to the Rift, match 20. The last match before we do get into Super Week next week. Make sure you guys are tuning in for that. It will be best of 5s, 1 per day, between relatively evenly matched opponents, depending on the day.
I'm excited.
It's going to be fun. I just like best of 5s.
Do you
I
think
it's going to be
the DN Supers get an advantage on Super Week?
I'm going to say, yeah, probably.
Yeah?
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Flash on in, it's Braum, baby. As we're getting in there, Teddy in a bit of trouble already, has no health. And that's a nice little trick you can do, level 1 Braum. We don't really have level 1 invades anymore, but in the 2v2, very strong.
And honestly, I feel like this lane, if you don't do something like that, plays out very passively. So I like that angle. Unfortunately, home guards are super broken, so you don't actually get a major advantage off the back of that, but it's still marginal, you know, and you end up burning the flash off the Corki. He is a safe AD carry. He's going to have that Valkyrie available, so it's not like, you know, if you're playing into something like Varus or an Ashe who is immobile, it could really put the hit on. It's not the end of the world, but still, it's a good play. I like to see it. Nice aggression there from Ghost. We'll see if they're able to capitalize on that later.
Casting is a pretty interesting player who has had a lot of success in Challenger League, actually. Has been on a lot of first-place teams. Did get second in 2025, but before that he was first place, and I feel like Bro probably got him for relatively cheap, even though he did play a little bit in the LCK for KT. But shows a lot of promise, but has to prove it in the big leagues, you know, and he hasn't necessarily done that yet. He's been okay, but he hasn't put on like a big performance, so I feel like it's a nice prospect for Bro. Curious to see how far this guy can go.
I'm curious to see how far this invade can go. Yeah, the Braum enough to scare them away. Gideon just opts to go for his Krugs instead, so red taken. The extra pressure from the bot lane paying off here.
So Gideon's going to flash away. Doesn't seem to have any ability to get away from the Xin Zhao. There's the sun, and there it is. First blood in the jungle. As Cuz being very annoying, sticking around for longer than Gideon expected.
Yeah, also, did he use his shield at some point there? Yeah, it was kind of weird. Cuz just tracking him, jumping him, has the red buff advantage. And a bit of a flub there from Gideon, who gets pretty heavily punished. And this all kind of stems from that level 1 from Ghost, I feel. Punishing any bot lane so he can invade, have that pressure, take the red, take out Gideon. And a good start for KT. Getting the Xin Zhao ahead, definitely an advantage you want. I will say one thing though, this does lower the chances of Bro opting into a skirmish in the river at level 4. So, you know, swings and roundabouts.
Yeah, it's like you fall to a disadvantage, but less of a disadvantage had you gone for the level 4 play, so.
Yes, maybe this will convince them not to fight and stall out the game.
Worth.
Yeah, so was his E just on cooldown? Because he doesn't... Did he not level E?
I'm thinking he didn't level it.
Did he double level Q?
I think so.
Oh, that's so greedy if he did. Honestly, if he did, then he deserved to die. I'm not gonna lie.
It's definitely possible. I mean, makes your clear a little faster. As BDD is going in, it is double Q, confirmed by G-Sun. So you heard it here first. Ox says he deserved to die.
Yeah, well, there you go. Unlucky. That explains it, though.
Yeah.
Well, he's level 4 now, so obviously has all of his abilities. Clearly didn't expect to get invaded. Little ward over the wall there from Roma. BDD gets a little trade in. Do you see casting with a little bit of a lead in the top lane? Things going well in that lane. I feel like if you're getting ahead early as Gwen, always nice to see.
Yeah, Perfect's just kind of got to be the sponge. He's not Sponge. Sponge is on a different team.
He's also a jungler.
Sponge is on Gnome now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he plays jungle, not top.
But he's being a little bit of a damage sponge, having to sit there and essentially just, well, take damage from casting.
I think it just feels rough because, I mean, the thing is we have different AP top laners, because Rumble also, like, Rumble has just been monstrous at every point of the game. But at least just Rumble, like, Rumble's a lane bully, and then once you get Kanik Rukin, you can kind of mitigate that. But he's still annoying late, but, like, Gwen just continues to scale. So you get Rukin, and it's like, well, she's less likely to solo kill me, but she's still going to be a menace in the side lane, and she's just going to become a monster later. Gideon was fishing for something there, but I don't think they're going to dive a level 6 Cassante, but he's just, like, ensuring his top laner is safe, which I think is a pretty good investment of your time. And it's been a slower game, which, again, this is great for Bro. We have many a time talked about Bro and Brew.
Yeah.
This is a completely different Bro, but, you know...
Same Brew.
It's like the ship of Theseus, you know? You change all the parts, still the same boat. This is confirmation. It's the same boat. That's still...
Same with KT, though.
It's exactly.
You change all the parts over there, and it's...
And it's still KT.
The team just never changes.
Exactly. So there, we've solved that age-old conundrum. It's the same boat, it's the same team.
Yeah.
They're still Bro and Bruin.
We have figured
with completely different players.
Yeah, I do. One thing that does worry me about the LCK is now that our games have kind of been confirmed to be slower, it's like all the teams collectively are like, all right, we're just going to be Omega passive now. We have had like some high action games. Like even yesterday we had some pretty decent action. But I just feel, I have this sense of like a trend beginning, you know? A lot of Azir bans, Azir Orianna. Sitting back, farming. Not too much aggression.
Yeah. I mean, maybe teams are just still figuring it out and we see some new way to leverage advantages, right? Or maybe it does just become more laid back until certain points of the game and we get more time to talk about wheelhouses and Mauhaus and such other things.
Yeah, we never really closed that loop.
Nope. Moving on. That was last series topic of conversation.
But basically it was a connection between sports and business that somehow made it happen. And it was just like an old nautical term that they essentially revived. in baseball. And then it became like in your wheelhouse is like a business term. So it's pretty interesting, actually, the origin of it. Anyway, Gideon is going to go ahead and take the grubs.
Yes, Gideon grubs? Oh my god.
You better believe it. He's back on the grubs.
He's back on it. Classic. You can't get enough of those grubs. Honestly, if Gideon made a cereal and just called them Gideon grubs, I'd buy it.
Yeah.
Degon would definitely buy it.
Degon would definitely buy it.
Cuz would buy it. He just took some there.
Yeah, you know, it's actually not crazy for that to happen in sports. I remember my brother had this old box of... So there's a hockey player called Sergei Fedorov. Doesn't play anymore, obviously. It's from a long time ago, but it was some cereal box that he made with his name. It was like Fedorov Frosted Flakes or something. I don't even know what it was, but it's not the first time it's happened, is what I'm trying to say.
I thought they'd call them like Sergios or something.
Well, problem is a lot of the time is, especially in hockey, very much known by your last name.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like...
I have to work off that.
Also, Fedorov is a little bit more unique than Sergei. Same with Brendan and Valdez. You know, that's kind of why I made the switch as well.
So you could have just been... Wait, were you called just like...
Yeah,
past the name just Brendan before?
Yeah, that was me.
I didn't know that.
In StarCraft, that's what I was. I was just Brendan.
So you were Brendan Valdez, and you became Brendan Valdez.
Yeah.
That was the...
Well, I'm not the only one to do it.
Someone came to you, they were like, Brendan, we think your name isn't original enough. You need to use something else than your first name. And you went, you know what? I've been racking my brain. I'm no longer going to be Brendan Valdez. I'm going to be Brendan Valdez. That's what you came up with.
That's basically exactly what happened, except I was the person that was like, you know what? Brendan is not that original. I should change it. So I was like kind of having that conversation with myself.
Wow. You're one of a kind.
Hey, you know, Dracos used to be something else, and then he moved on to Drake. That's also his last name. He just wasn't named Daniel beforehand, so...
We also have...
that helps him.
Degon, Daniel Gonzalez.
Yeah, in Degon's case, I'm kind of curious because I feel like... You know, I was actually thinking about this on the way to work, strangely enough. I didn't tell him about it, but... Like, I think when he was younger, he was probably called Degon, right? Because there are so many Dans and Daniels. I mean, you're Dan... Daniel, basically Dan. I'm Brendan. He's Daniel.
Daniel. Yeah. A lot of Dans.
So many Dans. It's a really common name, so...
Yeah.
To tell him apart from the other Dans, they probably just called him Daniel. Or... Probably just called him Degon, not Dan.
That's what they tell him apart from the other Dans, they call him Dan. Wow. Thanks, Brendan.
They really figured it out.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, KT got another Drake. And,
Cloud Soul. So, Speedy. Yeah. I think a good amount of value, but I don't think it's like game-breaking Cloud Soul in this one. I
feel like Santek is going to like it the most.
I think it can be nice on Lucian, because I think that extra movement speed with the culling and also just navigating teamfights is nice, but I don't think it's like a game-breaker. Like, you're not going to get Cloud Soul and be like, okay, we won, you know? I think, they're BRION, right? I think they have the right approach in this. They are behind in the jungle. That's the area where Cuz has got a bit of a lead. So it's a little scary. He's got that Sundered Sky already, but otherwise, they're doing okay. They're doing fine. Amgoon's got his Bandle pipes. He's playing a little tune. What's
your favorite Bandle pipe tune?
You wouldn't know it.
Oh. Must be like a British thing or something, right? I wouldn't get it.
Yeah, you wouldn't. Oh, Ghost also has the Bandle pipes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite is Yordles O'er the Hill.
That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a real banger.
Yeah, that's a classic. Bit of an older one, so I'm surprised you've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, my grandma used to play it all the time.
Oh, yeah, she did she?
Yeah. That's why I know. Generally, people my age don't know about it.
Yeah.
Kind of hipster. It's funny because there are some like old Irish tunes that I do know because of my grandparents that have nothing to do with battle pipes, obviously, but some do have some bagpipes in there. Man, really nothing is happening. This is crazy. Okay, I mean, Namgoong's trying to do some little like disengage, engage cone action.
Just proc the bandle pipes from the blast cone.
Yeah.
That's tech. It's not relevant at all. It really matters zero, but you know, that's something to talk about.
Okay.
We're digging it. Wow, he's getting.
Where's the Q3? All right, now we're getting some action.
Action happening.
Trading ult for flash. Well, those needles actually hit, but now we got Pantheon on the way. Perfect. A little bit too far up the lane, is going to have to flash. Gideon is not done with that just yet. Flashes on in himself, goes all out, and immediately dies. And Gideon picks up his first kill.
Yeah, nice kill picked up there. I feel like one of the things with Xante is into Pantheon specifically. You know, you play around your ult, you end up low. He has that execute damage, and he's all magic resist right now. You know, Koenig Rukin and Merc Treads. So a nice gang comes through, but Triple Summon has been on the top side for Bro. All 3 flashes gone down in that passage of play, so something KT can maybe play around. Especially as that next dragon is... yeah, it was Bro who did that.
Ghost did so well on the first one, and then he's like, you know what, aiming? Never mind. Take that.
You know what he probably said? He was like, say thank you. Say thanks for blocking that. Aim was like, whatever, dude. You're on your own.
Aiming would say that. But, you know, maybe Paulo's coming out next game. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
This is the trade in the top lane.
Hifek got like a pretty heavy trade, but, you know, the stacking Omnivamp from Riftmaker and the ult, and then Gideon flies in, and it's like, I am a Pantheon with red buff, and also you have no armor. Boom. Pretty easy. Hard to escape. Perfect feeling himself a little bit in the 1v1 against his old counterpart, the old player who, you know, they were subbing in for each other last year. He wanted to take him down.
Yeah.
He was denied.
He definitely did. He's not that far behind on farm, at least. So that's one thing. Do see that the Gwen, you know, getting this pretty good start. Does mean that should be able to scale up pretty well. The Orianna also in a good place, even though she did have to flash. And, you know, bot lane, yes, aiming is ahead, but not too far ahead. Might have to pull some weight, kind of like Diablo did in the last series.
He definitely has to pull weight in this game, I'm not going to lie. Also, you know, there was that game when Diablo was having to go into Ona's Zinzao ultimate.
Wheelhouse.
Yes, into his wheelhouse. He's playing into a Gwen, so he's going to have to go into Gwen's wheelhouse in order to damage him, which is a risky proposition. Risky business.
Yeah.
If he's going to do that. Both AD carries, though, still have their triple tonic adaptive force. Unsurprising, being that like nothing has happened this game. But they're ready. 30 adaptive force on demand. Will they pop it now? Looks like a fight might actually happen.
I do want to see Bro actually do something. I mean, they don't have to, just because they are scaling, and their Orianna's not in a great spot.
Well, they forced them off their dragon, but importantly, they didn't do what I thought they might and fight in the river at level 4. That's what I wanted them to avoid.
Yeah.
But now they have to navigate a fight here.
Well, Perfect doesn't have TP, so I think unless Cuz steals this, and aiming's in mid lane, so I think this is just a done deal. Bro will collect this dragon.
And this is great. This is, well, okay. There's two perspectives. From Bro's perspective, this is phenomenal, right? You secure the dragon, you stall out Soul. This lets you extend the game, and you continue to Bro and brew. From the perspective of action happening, this is not a good thing.
No.
This is gonna let things really brew, really carry out. Yeah. So.
Which is,
but
also,
for the,
you know, it's good for Bro.
For the sophisticated LCK enjoyers, this is phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know, if you
the
one of
newbies
these,
wouldn't get it.
Yeah. For one of these new age, oh, I want to see action every 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That's the thing is, you know, maybe if you're a newer enjoyer and you had the Atakan season, and it's like, oh, 20 minutes, every team has to start Atakan and fight. you're used to that. That's not how it used to be, right?
Yeah.
That's not how it always was. We had to be patient and wait for our action.
We really did.
Yeah, sometimes we go, 20, 30 minutes without seeing a single kill. That was the thing.
I remember that one DK game. I think it was against Bro, actually. If it wasn't against Bro, it was against, like, DRX or something. But BDD, awkward spot here. He's going to get the dash away and the push away. But Rakan also joining up, and Gideon gets another kill and takes BDD off the map.
See, look how sweet that kill tastes.
Yeah.
When it's been such a long time since the last one.
Yeah, it's like dopamine detox,
You learn to cherish it, right?
Action
Enjoy
detox.
it, right? And the replay that's going to come, we're going to really dial into it because we don't get many in this game.
We have to latch onto it. We have no other choice.
But
first turret goes to Bro.
Yeah, Traded Towers on the opposite side of the map, but a good gang coming in, catching BDD on his recall. I'm not sure, maybe there was a chance he could have escaped with the flash, but maybe opting to hold it and save that summoner. Because if he did use it, he wouldn't have it for the next dragon fight. So we'll see in the replay, which we're going to latch onto, and make an opinion then. Could he have lived if he flashed? That is the question.
I'm thinking no. Because even as he pushed out the soldiers, we're going to see it here. He's on vision, doesn't know. Sees Roamer, he's like, oh, that's weird, he's stepping up to me, and then...
Nah, I think there wasn't time. Yeah. I think if he was close to the wall and he flashed, he probably just got charmed. So I think he was just doomed, and holding the flash was the right call. So
could he
still has it.
Flashed and then dragged over the wall, maybe?
I think the problem is he'd already put the soldier down.
Yeah.
I think, like, to say that would be very hindsighty. Like, if he knew our information, then maybe he could have played it differently, but he obviously didn't. So either way, he goes down, but it's still Traded Towers, and he still has his flash for the future, so I think that's fine. Gold's still very even. Gideon trying to make things happen, though. He has been the most active in this very active game.
Yes, absolutely.
2 kills to his name. That is 66.66% recurring, obviously.
It's 100% of his team's kills.
Of the total kills in the game. Herald's going to be thrown down mid. Should be enough to take this tower. Or actually, I don't think it is. I think it's close.
I don't think it is.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
What have they done to Herald?
Just a little less damage. Casting is very much like making Perfect's life harder. I'm not sure that Perfect cares too much about it.
That's generally what you're supposed to do in League of Legends to the enemy team. Although, to be fair, I say that. Lots of solo queue experiences, I've seen people doing it to their own team.
They didn't get the memo.
Yeah.
They didn't get that little thing at the beginning that says, like, make sure to show respect and try your hardest. They're like, yeah, okay, skip through that and ignore all those rules, quote unquote.
Yeah, they definitely did not follow those instructions. Maybe you have to follow the summoner's code. Those are the days.
Yeah. I remember when
summoners were a thing.
Tribunal was a thing. And members of the community would be the ones that made sure that people didn't do bad things. It was an interesting time.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Okay.
Are we gonna
Dragon up at 15? It's time. Items coming in. We got Jack Show on Perfect, Dusk and Dawn on casting. They're ready to fight. Guys, we've been building up to this moment. The tension is... It's palpable. Wow. I'm so ready.
Yeah. Me too. Ghost is going to take a bunch of damage for no reason at all. But he does make it back to his team, utilizing his heal.
Casting level 16 on the flank.
Yeah, Perfect trying to match him, but like, that's not... Okay, Namagoon. He is going to catch Cuz, and in goes casting. Cuz is going to take a bunch of damage, as will Ghost. He was low from before, BDD looking for the angle, but he gets the flash out of Gideon. Oriana gets hit, and the Oriana picks it up. And Bro get the dragon on top of the kill. And even get BDD's flash. They're just collecting everything here.
Wow, an entire extra kill on the back of that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's increased Bro's kills by 50%. But yeah, dragon picked up there by Bro, so equalized in terms of dragons. Long time it's going to be before we get any souls. But yeah, I think Ghost a little bit low, and both teams a little bit tentative on the plays. I think Namgoon not getting as much value as he maybe would have hoped on his engage. We'll see the replay. So Casting's angle is good. Perfect's trying to play bouncer, but he doesn't actually have him fully tracked. Namgoon tries to go for aiming and just kind of whiffs, but does manage to get a decent charm on the angle out. Casting and Gideon get that kill onto the Braum, but then BDD flies in, doesn't commit the flash, doesn't see the angle when they disengage, and then they just have to walk away. So, you know, we did get a whole extra kill on the back of that, right? Up to 3 + 1, 4 in total now.
Yeah, I mean, you said it before, like the percentage gains are pretty massive here.
Huge.
The stonks are going up.
Huge percentage gains
very
right
quickly.
Now. Numerically.
All right, Namgoon just healed there. He said, I needed a little bit more movement speed to make sure that I could do just a little bit more damage to Cuz. So he's trying to create the action, you can tell.
He's trying his best.
Yeah.
I feel like this generation of support, I mean, just generally support players, I feel like in the last 5 years have been a lot about playing these, you know, it's not Arden meta, it hasn't been for a long time.
No.
You're an engage support. You click buttons, you go in. That's what you generally want to do. You know what's crazy is, I remember, you know, how much Braum used to be played all the time. Like, there's been so many pro Braum games when he was released until he got, like, nerfed into the ground, because he just used to be so broken. And his passive was so stacked. And then it was a while that he wasn't played, and he's made this resurgence now. KT's setting up for the Baron. I mean, they have an Azir with decent damage. Oh, they are committing. Yeah. They are tired of waiting around.
I mean, they do have Azir, so they actually do have a decent amount of damage.
Casting
this is going down
TP
pretty quickly, and yeah, Casting is just not here. And so, utilizing TP advantage, and Bro are like, I don't know. What do we do? Nothing, I guess. I mean, Perfect's gonna flash away, and we get no kills. But KT does get the Baron.
Yeah. Not having the Gwen there, not wanting to fight without the Gwen, opting instead to push mid and take a couple of turrets. Maybe just a little bit nervous about rushing into that one. And KT just picked up the Baron free. I was under the impression Baron was difficult to take, and you couldn't just do it in front of the other team. Apparently not. You can just do that. You are allowed just to take Baron, so...
I mean, one of the strongest members on the enemy team is just not there.
Yeah, but I also feel like maybe we've been a little lied to, because...
And they have Azir, you know?
I mean, that's a factor for sure.
Gideon is actually in a bit of trouble here. He does not have his flash. He's just dead. They engage onto him. Namgoon is here. He's going to pick up Cuz and throw him down into the ground as Teddy does pick up that kill. Flash comes through, and it's the shockwave not Ghost.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, getting a little bit chaotic now, getting a little bit out of hand. Guys, we were having a relaxed macro game, and they're just losing their minds.
Yeah. Perfect he's had enough. He has been bullied for 26 minutes.
Guys, take a step back and look at the structures, look at the objectives.
There are no objectives.
Okay, there's actually a dragon in 45 seconds, Brendan.
I'm Valdez now, actually. I've changed my name.
Yeah, trying to focus on the red buff. A little bit of an overstep, but KT go quite far. I think initially trying to make this play work, but Casting is very strong. Letting a Gwen farm for 45 minutes does allow him to kind of do this, and the recall value pretty massive as well. With CC and Ghost.
Hey, he hit the Q.
Yeah, I'm puzzled by that, why he walked up. Sending a message, I believe.
Yeah.
He wanted to play a little tune on the bandle pipes.
I guess so.
Walked up.
They didn't like the tune, I guess, because they killed him immediately.
Not fans.
Yeah.
Bandle pipes are known to be a little bit controversial. Okay, they are on the dragon. This would be third for Bro. BDD's flying in.
BD has the angle. He is going to show himself with the soldiers, but he's still here on the flank.
They're corralled in. Casting is low.
Yeah, here comes Namgoon. He is going to hit the two-man ult, but zero follow-up comes through. So he gets that, and that's about it. As now the culling, okay, big shockwave. Gonna deny us some more action. As they're very tentatively tiptoeing forward. BD thinking about it. He says, okay, I'm gonna dash up north, away from the team. Oh, that's a big knockup actually from Ghost. That was pretty good. Makes up for the previous play as now BDD, he says, I don't need to use my ult. I'm just gonna flash forward and do some damage.
Just walk at them menacingly. They can't handle it. They can't do anything. And bro, they get the dragon, but they could just crumble at this encroaching advance. Ghost gonna try and hit a Q. He wants to play the tune again, but Casting's gonna back away. And KT gonna take some structures, some kills off the back of that. They are down in dragons, but okay, so some of the things that went wrong here. So firstly, a lot of cooldowns burn. Namgoon goes for this engage, but only hits the front line, so it's not super high value. And then this shockwave, if you look, the distortion afterwards from Roma isn't used on the shockwave. So even though he gets the shockwave off, the distortion doesn't follow. He doesn't actually do that much damage to his targets. Aiming's still healthy. And then when KT go in, they blow up the Rakan, they get a ton of damage onto Teddy, who also gets clipped by the Braum ult. And bro just have no way of navigating this fight. I think burning the Rakan ult, burning the shockwave, and not really getting much value from them cost bro heavily. Now they do have those 3 dragons in pocket. I do think that the Cloud Soul is pretty bonkers on Rakan, on Gwen, and just to be honest, the movement speed in general for bro is pretty big. But they don't have it yet. It's a slight gold lead for KT. And we now have 9. Brendan, I want you to look at me. 9 kills so far. That's a substantial increase from what we had earlier. So, starting to rack them up. Big items coming in. Rabadon's nearly 4 Roma, but Aiming has 4 full items completed. He is pulling ahead.
Yeah. We said he has to pull some weight for this team.
Yep.
And you know, he doesn't have a ton of kills, but he's very much in a position once a real fight happens, like a game-breaking fight, to actually do quite a lot. The Cullings haven't been doing all too much, to be honest, but he also hasn't been using them very aggressively. I do wonder if KT is still a little bit affected. You know, we meme about it, but it does feel like they're very passively, almost scared to go for big engages. And they don't really seem to be playing all on the same page.
Affected by what? Maybe a certain recent series?
Yeah.
Comparing to? A game 2?
A game 2 specifically, yeah.
Yeah. Perhaps. Perhaps that could be the case.
I don't know if it's that or if it's just, you know, maybe they don't have a whole lot of engage as well. I mean, they have engage brawl.
The thing is, right, the logic there is that, okay, so that game 2, let's open it up. Let's talk about it. So they were inactive in that one, and that's what led to their demise, right? So being inactive in this one, as a response to that one, you seeing what I'm getting at here, right?
Yeah.
So maybe they shouldn't be inactive, right? Maybe the response to that is be more proactive.
Well, maybe they know it, but they can't bring themselves to do it, you know?
Yeah. We are who we are.
Yeah. That's the way it goes sometimes. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
And for bro, I mean, you know, they have some nice engage with the Rakan, the Pantheon, and follow-up engage with the Orianna.
It feels a lot harder for KT to make things happen. Like we saw that last fight, they just walked at them and BDD just poked them, and then eventually, like, it was Ghost ult clipping Teddy and Cuz flying forwards that really set things up. Now we do have the happy hat from Roma coming through, so he's feeling happy. Don't have IE yet for Teddy though. That's a big spike missing. Level 16 though has just been hit. Casting's nearly level 19. Just hit it now, so that's oh, Namgoon.
All right, Celestial opposition pulling a lot of weight there. Cuz getting pretty low.
That's without IE from Teddy as well. That's a lot of damage. We did just see a series where Corki did absurd damage, so some newfound respect I feel for this AD carry. I mean, we already had a lot of respect for him.
All right, the culling.
Yeah, that's a level 16 culling with 4 items, 4 crit items, so.
Trying to set up for the Cloud Drake here, TP utilized by Casting. They say, okay, if you want the Drake, we will go to the Baron. And this is not the first time we've seen a trade like this. But especially right now, KT don't really have any vision. But as long as they see Teddy, they say, okay, well, they're almost definitely not doing it, especially after seeing the rest of the team. As the turret is up here for BDD. And a lot of poking and prodding as we have traded places here. Bro is on the red team side, and KT is on the blue team side. On flank. As the ball is out, looking for it. They're trying to get some kind of poke onto casting, but again, they don't really have a good way to engage with this composition. As Ghost is holding the door, the blast cone over the wall, just to group everybody up. As Cuz says, I'm doing it, guys. I do not care. BDD gets everyone in the sweep. They get 2 kills already and perfect. Nobody can touch him. Casting is doing a lot, though. And might be the one difference maker in this. Teddy's still alive as well with a red buff. Kiting down perfect. And the res here on the Gideon. I thought after an engage like that, for sure KT win, but not the case this time. Bro, get Cloud Soul.
The level 19 Gwen just too powerful, and Teddy able to make it away after the shuffle. KT think they've done the homework. It's not enough. We see the play coming out. Cuz stacks up his Q on the ward, goes in for the knockup. Roma flashes, but then we have BDD sliding in. Roma gets the lead, but Teddy flashes, W's away. BDD's sacrificed for his role in this play, and look at casting, he's full HP. He's just flying in, destroying everyone. Perfect gets decimated by the damage, and now with Cloud Soul in pocket, casting's doing more.
Oh, Cuz he's actually gonna hop on over, and the needles will miss. Has to the scissors, but it just doesn't matter, as eventually he does go down, but the Baron goes to Bro. Aiming, getting a lot of gold for sure from that kill. But now let's see what they can do with Cloud Soul and Baron here. Still a very even game when it comes to gold, but especially after that fight,
I mean, that's the thing.
like Bro are winning.
You know, I've got IE for the Corki. I feel like casting's hitting critical mass at this point. Cloud Soul as well, the movement speed is so valuable on the Gwen. Not just when you ult, but just generally. That 15% that you constantly have is crazy. Corki also basically has it on demand, right? You fire the ult and you just get that burst. It's also, you know, you have it on such a short cooldown as well. Obviously, you're gated by the cooldown of the Cloud Soul, not the cooldown of your ult.
Yes.
But it's more widely available than everyone else. But yeah, and aiming going for Mortal Mortius, not going for something like a Bloodthirster. But I feel like in terms of composition, bro, they're at the point where they're just fully online. If BDD goes in for a play like don't get me wrong, that was a huge play. And it was so close to working, but the problem is you're trading one of your carries. You traded you for Roma, and then it's aiming against casting and Teddy.
Yeah.
2 carries against 1, and you saw how it played out.
And so much of the damage is the Azir, but if he's ulting and then Zhonyazing and then dying, the only people who are actually damaging the people who you swept back are like Lucian and Xin Zhao and Cassante. It's not big. I mean, Lucian is, but it's basically only him. As now they're looking for perfect. He's in a rough spot, but he is Cassante.
Not the best shockwave.
Well, that's going to be down now for this push.
It's level 20 Gwen. It's just ungodly.
Well, there's Baron, but they're not willing to step up to the wave just yet. Bro say, you know, we need more time. Let me steal the Raptors.
Gideon's just still locked in. He knows he's like, I'm farming, dude. He's got 284 farm. Look, he's got a 40 CS lead over Cuz. He's doing Krugs.
He is, yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
He's stacking up the number. And it feels even better because it's Cuz's jungle.
Yeah. Zhonya's completed for casting. Oh, Namgun. Oh, he sees it with the sweeper.
And with that extra bit of time on the sweeper, just able to clear out that ward. And now they're going to get onto Ghost, who is holding up the door and does survive throughout all of that. So that is going to be the quickness down.
Yeah. Shockwave is back up from when it was used before. Perfect looking.
This is so hard. It's like Perfect has to be the one to engage. As a big Shockwave catches 3. The follow-up damage isn't there. But it's enough to get them pretty low, and BDD is on the flank, but Perfect's already dead! Perfect is dead, Cuz is getting low, and that's just the whole team gone as BDD is behind enemy lines doing nothing. And Bro just playing better as a team, and they look to be maybe taking down this game number 1 unless BDD can do a 1v5.
I don't think he can do it, I'm being honest. We'll see him give it a go, but I think this is Bro's game in the bag.
Yeah, the flash on in, the stun is easy as that. As the Zhonya's comes through, sweeps the Gwen, does negative damage, and Bro will be taking the Nexus down here in game number 1.
Well, that was the Bro and Brew, and I think they managed to Bro and Brew all over KT. KT, when they played against T1, they just let the game stagnate.